In Texas, the transgender community is being targeted by the Attorney General. He's been asking for a list of everyone in the state who switched their gender on their driver's licenses in the last 2 years. Why? What is there a good reason for this? The AG won't say. Let's talk to people of that community, and they are terrified. Let's bring in Texas transgender rights advocate Megan Stabler and Ian Pittman, a Texas attorney representing parents of transgender kids who were previously investigated by the state. Thank you both. First, Counselor, let me start with you. Why is the good policy reason here? Is there anyone you can think of, Ian, that would be a good reason for the Texas AG to want to know who is transgender in the state?
Well, there definitely are good reasons I could think of, but there's none that I could think of that Ken Paxton, our Attorney General, would want. He has proven himself not to be an ally of many communities, and perhaps chief among those is the transgender community in Texas.
What do you think it's about?
I think it's pretty much pure, naked partisan politics. He has shown his true colors over and over again. And when somebody tells you who they are, I think you should believe them. He has used what power he has for political purposes. The most recent moves he made were right before the Republican primary here in Texas. It was pretty calculated. And this is kind of the twilight season before our next legislative session starts. So if I had to hazard a guess, I would certainly guess that it is to provide fuel for conservative Republican legislators who have already pre-filed dozens and dozens of anti-transgender bills here in Texas.
Megan, you were not targeted in this because you had made your switch before this period where they're trying to collect the data on, but you say the concern is very real and imminent. How so?
Well, yeah, you're right, Chris. I actually transitioned in 2004 and changed my documents. It was a very hard process to do here in the state of Texas, and it hasn't got easier. What this means for trans people, from the bare essence, is this is sort of a nefarious collection of data for a use that we don't know yet. But a trans person wants to live their lives authentically, and to do that, part of it is to be congruent with just simple things like their driver's licenses, right? We use it to drive, we use it to fly. With a real ID here in Texas, we use it for verification of employment, we use it to prove who we are. So the bad intent of the ask from the AG's office has multiple implications on the lives of trans adults or even trans teenagers, right? Those kids that are getting their driving licenses today or are likely to go ahead and get those. And we don't know where it's going. And we don't know what the impact now is going to be then on trans kids, where we think this is sort of spearfishing into, but it is a very dire state for trans people in the state of Texas.
Megan, follow-up question. The mere targeting on its face, what does this reinforce that creates risk in the trans community?
Well, let me take you back, Chris, to other forms of targeting that have happened in the past. If you go back to, like, the Lavender Scare of the 1950s, outing of gay men in the U.S. government, right? That sort of led into McCarthyism, that led into the second red wave, if you remember. Well, hopefully you're not as old as me, but you remember those years as well. We also think about HIV outing, right, in the 80s and the 90s, where that very personal decision for gay men to come out with their HIV status put them at risk for employment as well and their lives. And obviously part of it was, you know, it was life-terminating with HIV, but it was also life-terminating sometimes when he came out. So for trans people, generally we want to be safe in society. And by having an ID that reflects our identity, our persistent, consistent, and insistent identity of male or female, how we present ourselves, is affirming, right? It is essential for us to be able to walk down the street, but when get questioned by a member of law enforcement, when having to show your ID for verification in a grocery store, when having to show ID when you're at the airport checking in for a flight, when having to show an ID for employment purposes, or any other things, it is an essential part of our existence. And obviously, I think you opened up talking about your show tomorrow with what is going on with trans kids being targeted here in the state of Texas. It is a human issue that is impacting the mental health of kids, but also the mental health of trans adults as well.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.